Hey, you YouTube, it's Will from Will Development. It's my 359th weekly update. I think the best place to start this week would be with the news I just got, about 2 or 3 hours ago, maybe. I just got back. I was out training at Iron Life which is another local gym around here in Central Florida. I was supposed to go out there because some of the guys from there wanted to train bench with me, and they invited me out. I was like, sure, and then one canceled last night, which I was like, that's fine. And at 5 when I'm leaving work, one of them texts me and says, hey, I'm going to be late, but I'll still be there sometime after 6:30, and I'm like, honestly, I'll probably still be there, so it's not a problem. My plan was to do my overhead pressing training and then just bench with them. And then about 7:15 came and went, and then they told me they weren't going to make it. So anyway, I get back. It was a really rough drive because it's raining out there and people don't know how to drive. And I think I-4 is nationally known as one of the worst roads in the country, period. And can confirm, when it rains, nobody knows what the hell they're doing. And people drive like idiots. It's just how it is. So it was a fun drive back, and I get back, and I was prepping some molds for some pours I'm doing tomorrow. And I got a text from the promoter for the Scorcher, which is happening in just a couple weeks now. And he said, hey, looks like you won't have to cut weight because probably going to rope you guys in with the 200s. Which part of me was like, cool. But that also means I'd have to do the 200 weights. As it was, I was going to be good enough to be possibly competitive for once in the 175s, and by competitive I mean possibly only zeroing one event and then actually doing pretty okay at the rest of them. And then now it's like, oh, the 200s, that's a different story. I don't know how many of those events I can actually complete. The yoke is 700 for 30 feet with no drops. To be fair, I thought we were doing 700 in the 175, so it's not that big of an issue for me. The Denny holds are about 50 pounds heavier in one hand, and I think it's like 35 pounds heavier in the other. Basically, for the 175 guys, the total weight was it was 192 plus 250, so it was just around, that's what, 400 something pounds, which is not too terrible. The 200s weight is like right at 500, which is just picking that up is challenging for me. Once I can pick it up though and just sit there, it's just a matter of just pain tolerance, honestly, and just dealing with it destroying my my thumbs, which I could probably do. But I was hoping to set about a minute with the 175 weights. I don't know what I could possibly do with the 200s. I guess I'm going to have to try those out next week. I got 45 seconds this week on the holds, which is like 20 seconds better than my previous. But that's how timed holds work for me. I can get better at them pretty quick because I'm already pretty good at them. National record holder. And the overhead I was probably going to zero anyway, but I had a chance to actually get the dumbbell. I think it was 125. I was like, ooh, I might actually be able to get that. The axle, not so much. The axle is, it's like a 225 or 230 or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm just not there yet. The yoke, Denny's, the stones. So the 175 stones was going to be basically ending at 275 was going to be the fourth stone. And I was like, honestly, I can probably get those other ones because it's only to, I think, 50 inches. So I could probably do those. But the 200 class starts at like 255, and the very next stone is like 275. I'm like, cool, I can't do that. So it's one of those things where there's the nice part that I won't have to do any cutting. But then there's the crappy part that I'm probably going to end up zeroing a couple events. Oh yeah, then there's the sled pull, which I was already like I don't want to say nervous, but it was like, man, this is going to be a tough event for me either way with the 175 weight. And the 200 weight is even more. So, I don't know what's going to happen there. I do intend to buy some hiking boots this weekend, just to give me a better shot at that event. Because screw it, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Yeah, so that's interesting news. I actually feel bad for the other guy who was in the class with me, Josh. He's one of my closer friends in strongman, just in real life actually, just in general. He's one of my closer friends, and he was going to use it as a chance to go to nationals because of it. But because there's only two of us, that can't happen. If there was three of us, he'd have to win, which, depending on who it is, he probably could win. He could beat me any day of the week, but at most events, I was going to win that Denny hold. I still might. We'll see. I'm less confident about the 200 weight, but I'm pretty confident for my abilities with the 175 weight right now. So yeah, I feel bad for him. I guess he checked with the promoter to see if he could weigh in at 175, still compete in the 200s, and then if he ends up getting, I think, second there, which he possibly could. He's that good. He might still actually be able to qualify for the 175 nationals, because he doesn't want to do nationals 200. But he would be pretty good at the 175 guys. So that's the only thing I really feel bad about with regards to all that, is just him. And part of me still wants to try to find another 175 to compete with us, just so he has his opportunity to get his nationals invite. It'd be nice for him, and it's hard to say he deserves it, because I mean he had his opportunity to earn it and deserve it, but I think he does deserve it still, honestly. Plus he's my friend, I'm a little biased, so. But other than that, training this week went pretty good. I want to say Monday was a rougher day for me. That was squats and lunges till I died and stuff like that. And it was an okay day. Tuesday, pressing was awful. I missed out of I think three of my top set. I had 3 reps in my top set. I missed one of them, and that just sucked. It shouldn't have happened, but it happened, so here we are, right? And everything just felt off on Tuesday. But, I got through it, and I got through most of it, and I only missed... it was like 95% complete, basically. There was like 5% of it that I just couldn't... It just wasn't happening on Tuesday. Wednesday I was off. Needed it, too. And then Thursday was squats and deadlifts, and squats went really good, actually. Took 315 down to the hole for the first time in a while, and it actually felt not awful, so I was happy about that. And then deadlifts, I was planning on hitting a PR, which right now it's at 455 is my 180 walking around weight PR, and I was hoping to be able to get to even just 460. And I was pulling on a stiff bar because somebody was using the deadlift bar. And that's, it's not really an excuse, but it's like a lot of times you'll pull on a deadlift bar and it is different when once you break 315, 400, you can feel the difference on a deadlift bar. It doesn't make a huge difference with the way that I tend to pull, because I'm not a very explosive lifter right off the floor. I tend to sort of get that slack and then just slowly drag up and then increase speed as I get further up the legs. But I ended up pulling 440, 445, I think. So it would have been 25, 35, 45, yeah. 445 on a stiff bar with hook grip, which is definitely a hook grip PR and definitely a stiff bar PR. And then I went over to the deadlift bar and loaded up 465 because I was just feeling insane and I just couldn't even budget. I was like, okay, I can take a hint, and just ended up doing towel pull-ups and stuff like that after, just to make myself feel better, I guess. And then today, pressing actually went really well, so I was happy with that. I was happy with how well pressing went today. other than doing it at a gym that was like 45 minutes away, it was fine. It was good. So yeah, that's this week, and that's the kind of update that's going on right now, and that's the stuff that's going on. Sounds like I might be doing the 200s at the Scorcher, which kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie, but I don't believe in backing out or backing down, so, you know, I'll go in and I'll still just give it my best. Just like I would have done with the 175s. It's just going to be I have to just keep it in my mind that this is just a fun one. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I got a free entry because I'm sponsoring the show. So it's one of those, this is just a fun one, and I need to just keep that in mind and not beat myself up too bad. Assuming I go into the 200s. If I'm in the 175s, I expect to do a little bit better if that ends up happening. But if I'm just in the 200s, then I'm not gonna be mad at myself about anything that happens, because everything is beyond what I was planning on doing, well beyond what I was planning on doing. So we'll just go from there. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm sure I'll know by next week if I am in fact doing the 200s or not. But I was chatting with Josh and a couple other 175s that I know. Most of them are getting ready for nationals, so they don't really care to compete. So odds are I will be competing in the 200s, but nothing's set in stone, pun intended, just yet. So fingers crossed, maybe a 175 guy who's worse than me will decide to enter, and we can go from there. We'll see. So yeah, look forward to that. The footage from the Europa as well as the Record Breaker should be up. I know the Will Talks is up for the Europa. The Record Breaker footage is up, and I believe the Europa footage is going up on Wednesday. So look forward to that. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?